So let's see if they can keep it going, keep that attacking intent going. And what can Spain muster up in reply? They are poor against England, comprehensively beaten in their opening game. And I'm sure Eusebio Quevedo will have had stern words after the second round. So we're underway, and Brazil playing from right to left in green. Maria Parente gets us off and into contact. Amanda Araujo with the tackle, and at the back with Ana Fernandez. Picks and goes, makes a couple of meters. Ribera fires one out. Barbara Pla trying to go through the middle. The gap is closed off. Patricia Garcia in to help her. It did go forward, it slipped forward. Good spot by the referee.
I really like Barbara Pla as a player. She's creative. She loves to hit the holes, that kind of thing. But the problem is that they don't have the top end pace, whereas Brazil, they've got a number of players in there that are extremely quick, so she's never going to take anyone on the outside like that.
Yeah, Ellie Martinez was one of their line breakers over the last couple of years. She's not involved in the squad here in Dubai, and as a result, they've just struggled, really. I mean, Patricia Garcia, I think, would openly admit she hasn't hit the level of form that she would normally expect to reach, as Spain on the wraparound. Maria Parente goes on the outside. Ball there for Santini, but it's awkward. Pa comes in off her feet, and quick tap and go from Amanda Araujo. Araujo with the pass, delayed it just for a second. Echeverria makes the hit. Still there for Brazil. Santini acting as scrum half. An awkward pass at the feet. Well picked up, though, by the Brazilian number 10, Raquel Cocan. And options both sides now for Campos, the captain. Here's Santini, delay the pass again, one on the outside, can't get it, does get it away, and a chance to go through. Santini almost there. Parente, and a contest at the breakdown. Pick and go from Maria Ribera. Spain with the ball, but they give away possession in from the wrong side. Brazil again, only what, 6 meters out now.
Yeah, it was great work initially from Meden, wasn't it? Stay on her feet and get the turnover, but Brazil, resilient, kept their heads.
Campos goes right to Parente. Still there, Araujo to Santini. Santini, a metre short. And a pick and go, what a hit that was. Driving her back. And picked off the back by Mayra Parente. Parente trying to get her hands free. Can't get the pass away, though. Brazil still have it. This is patient build-up. It's gone out on the wing. And there is Mulbauer, forced on the back foot, so now trying to straighten the run. This is Cocan. Tackled by Garcia. It's been almost 2.5 minutes of non-stop play. Bianca Silva, the 18-year-old, burst onto the scene last year in her home tournament in Sao Paulo, but the whistle's gone. It's gone to ground. Brazil get possession.
I liked it how Brazil recycled the ball through a huge number of phases in that attack, but the question I have is, why are they going into contact? They're better when they keep the ball alive by just offloading it and staying out of that tackle ball area.
Santini against Garcia, the two fours going head-to-head. Parente fires one out, it's a long pass to the outside. Silva, Echeverria made the tackle, get the offload away to Araujo, almost at the touchline, and she eventually brought to ground with a decent tackle by Ana Fernandez. Santini again, does she spot a gap? There's no room there, surely. Gets the pass away. Parente, pop pass again on the ground. Araujo, Bianca Silva, one-handed pass. Again, Spain up very quickly, but Brazil in no rush here. Are we going to see the first try? Out on the wing is Mulbauer for the line. She stopped just short. Big tackle from Marina Bravo. Pick and go. Surely this is it. Araujo. Try is given. Araujo touches down for Brazil.
Fantastic work on that left-hand side. And, you know, Brazil were persisting with attacking on the short side, but this time it was the left-hand side of the pitch that gave them a reward. Look at that, Silva standing in the tackle. She's really gained a lot of strength since launching herself into this game just 12 months ago, just such a young player. But here it is, ball popped out, and it was great work to get onto that blind side, pick it up and go, because there was no defence there whatsoever.
Yeah, Silva, look at that lovely one-handed pass, just creating the space, and then look, the presence of mind, not to do anything stupid, keep their heads, and And when Mulbauer couldn't get there, Araujo in support, like every good 7 should be. Traditionally the open side jersey in 15s, but in 7s, that's what you want, support player. And the try is her reward. 5-0 Brazil, they are full value for it. And Spain, well, it's not pretty to watch, and I'm sure frustrating for the coaches on the sideline here. Garcia just showing the ball, decides to pass the outside. Echeverria has pace and tries the handoff. Doesn't quite work out, but she keeps possession. Back to Garcia. Taken into contact by Pla. Scrap on the ground. Now that's brilliant work by the try scorer. Amanda Araujo on her feet, pinching possession. Pla goes in, Araujo on her feet, nothing wrong with that. That gets the penalty. Play back underway. Spain trying to keep possession on the outside. Advantage being played, Ribera on the ground. Tackle was too high. Quick tap and go. Wasting no time. Marina Bravo, the captain, look for the pass on the inside. It's a good one. Ribera, tackled by Araujo. Still there for Spain. Urbina. Whistle goes. Inside the 22. Good attacking option. Came off her foot, so that's okay. Wasn't a knock on. The captain almost there. Bravo. 2 meters short. Wasn't taken from the mark. They'll have to go again.
Brazil trying to make a nuisance of themselves on the breakdown to try and slow down that momentum.
Quick tap. Looking to try and force something wide. Fernandez delayed it to Garcia. Patricia Garcia thought about going under the post, eventually taps down. She'll take the conversion, but Garcia finally gets off the mark for Spain.
Yeah, it was just too much pressure, too much momentum from Spain that ended up in a great try for Garcia. And Silva, the winger for Brazil, had come in, outside in, and it left 2 free players out there. So it was a simple pass to Garcia, who had another player on her outside. Nice little glide over, slightly closer to the posts.
Yeah, really good try. Here's a conversion attempt. No mistake with that either. So right in the stroke of half-time, Spain, who had been playing second fiddle to Brazil for most of the first half, have got their noses in front. They lead here by 7 points to 5.
Good composure on the first half.
Muito bom recurso.
Defense, attack, ball.
Defesa, ataque, foi muito bom.
Now remember, if they quick tap, we've got to react so we can back.
Mas se elas batem no final rápido, precisa reagir e voltar rápido.
Let's get into this.
Coração, vamos. Jogo nosso. Tem muito mais. Vai. 1, 2, 3, Brasil!
So, new coach for Brazil there, Ruben Samuels. He's been involved in women's rugby for many years, coached Waikato at provincial level, and then with the Black Ferns 15 side, he was one of their assistants coach. He's only been with the Brazil team for a couple of weeks, he told me.
Well, look at the transformation. I mean, you know, they are a different side from the one we saw in Sao Paulo through last year. Even at the Olympic Games, they look a lot sturdier, more sure of themselves with ball in hand and better in defence.
Yeah, they're looking quite organised, aren't they? They're playing in 3, so when one player attacks, she's always got a teammate there to blow over and then another at halfback.
Mel, listen, it's your favourite song in the stadium. It's your song. You recognise it?
Which one? What is it?
Chesney Hawkes, the one and only.
Awesome.
Didn't you buy like 10 copies of that CD?
Tape.
It's a cracker. DJ playing a pointer here in Dubai in the desert. And the crowd really responding to the rugby that they've seen so far. Garcia with the restart, judged perfectly, but then let down by Amaya Urbina's hands, and it's gone forward. Brazil.
I think Urbina kind of got a bit of a shock, a surprise that it had landed so beautifully for her.
Yeah.
Good
good shoulder there by Arojo as well.
Yeah, she's put in a big shift already in this game. It'll be Santini to feed, marshalled by her opposite number, Garcia. Anyone's game, this one. It's gone back loose though. Mayra Berent has to just pick up the pieces from that loose pass, and again she doesn't want to get isolated. Did well to get the ball back on her own team side. Mulbauer gets the pass to Santini, who's shoulder charged and then eventually goes down. Ball at the back of the try scorer. Araujo loses it in Spain. The pressure game starting to pay off now.
Yeah, they're putting their shoulders in big time. They're hitting them hard. Just a little error there. You know, the option to go that blind side again was right for Araujo. Not quite as slick as they have been in the previous two games, Brazil.
Scrum goes down. No engagement there. Santini takes it off the back. Mulbauer, Araujo, one player outside, nice switch. Into contact for Brazil comes Skatrut over the halfway line. Mulbauer, Santini, pretty well marshalled. Just 2 points the gap, still anyone's. Ball's gone loose. Spanish players there, were they onside? Referee says yes and play on. Brazil have got in off their feet. Campos straight in off her foot. And it's a Spanish penalty. Bit of a shoving match there. And it's a yellow card for Luisa Campos. Well, that's not what you want from your captain, is it, Mel?
No, you have to restrain yourself, show discipline, and not get too emotional at moments like that.
They might pay the price here because they're down to 6, and Bravo is tackled by Cocan, and the penalty conceded. Brazil need to be careful here. This is the hot streak for Spain.
Well, that doesn't look good. Oh no.
Yeah, so Luisa Campos, the captain for Brazil, she's getting the camera face, which I'm sure won't add to her already bad mood.
Well, she'll be just so brassed off with herself. That's the whole point. You know, she's an intelligent woman too. I see she studied physics.
Yeah.
So, you know, just letting herself down. Especially in a game that's so close.
So this is how things stand in the pool at the moment, and like we mentioned, this was a big one because, like, technically, mathematically, chance for both teams to go through. England and Canada leading the way. That should be a belter coming up next, by the way. You don't want to miss that one. And Brazil and Spain at the foot of the table, neither with a victory so far. And, you know, victory here might be enough, just depending on how other results go. But what about England and Canada coming up next? That should be a belter.
Oh, I can't wait. England, their pattern, their structure, their execution, big improvement as we have a look at the injury here.
Here's the injury, and it's Marina Bravo who goes down. It looked like she rolled her ankle maybe, but she seems in a lot of distress.
I think that's a knee.
Is it a knee?
I think so.
Well, of course, the medical staff right to take their time here, all about player welfare and safety. That as a first and foremost priority. So this is what's coming up in the last session today, and there's still plenty of standings to be decided. As I mentioned, Canada, England should be a cracker for the top of the table. Fiji and Ireland, well, neither side with a victory there, and again, just need other results probably to go their way, but Fijiana, they'll be confident. Their record against Ireland speaks for itself.
Well, they did have a win in their first game today, so they lost to the World Cup in San Fran.
Absolutely. So Marina Bravo is helped to the sideline. Spain back to 7. Brazil still down to 6, so they are a player short as things stand. And they might exploit the gap here. Barbara Pla delaying the pass. Echeverria on the outside. Back to Pla. tries to straighten now. She's 5 meters short, needs to be put down. If Brazil can hold out for another minute or so, they get back to 7 players, and then it's still anybody's game. Campos still in the bin. There for Spain. Garcia throws one out. There for Urbina. Urbina trying to kick through. Good strength by the Spanish number 3. Pla once more. Dangerous one. Ball on the outside. Ribera for Spain. Try is good.
And give a big high five to Anne Fernandez, the number 10, who passed the ball to Ribera, because she did it under all kinds of duress. So Pla in, look at that pass. It was such a fast transition. There was a little bit of work to do at the end there. She needed to power through because the defence was coming across. So Spain used their numbers well, and they've converted 2.
Yeah, well, what about that for a conversion as well? 14 points to 5. So Brazil now, that means they need 2 scores to get back into this one. But that was the quick hands that Mel was talking about, and the strength of the finish from Ribera.
The captain's back on for Brazil too.
Well, I tell you what, Campos, she's cost her team 7 points there and potentially this match, and should be furious with herself. Is there time left? There is. 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the second half to get back into this one. Araujo. Seems like a long time since Brazil had their first try. Counter ruck is a good one. Ribera in there to help out and get the penalty as well. It's all going wrong for Brazil.
Yeah, they continue to flirt with the blind side. It worked once, but you need to vary your attack, don't you? And they've looked very good on day one when they've used the width.
Pla to Fernandez, and Garcia back on her feet, back to Fernandez, trying to go on the outside, little switch to the corner, queuing up on the left hand side, long pass from Echeverria, has got 2 outside him, including Ribera, who already has 1 try to her name. Delayed the pass though, maybe it should have gone earlier, but Spain still have it. Medin, Paula Medin, back to Urbina. Pla leaves it go. Garcia.
I just want to go back to that Spanish attack there on the left-hand side of the field when Ribera was on the wing. She really needed to stay wide and just keep on that wing so that her inside person then could do all the work and try and draw the defence to set her up. But she came in, and it meant that they didn't have that one person overlap.
Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Set. Keep.
Garcia with the feed. It's come straight back out the gate after reset. Minute to go now.
Yeah, this game has been a little stagnant compared to the others. It's been high quality 7s on day one, I have to say, but you know, with the temperature how it's been, there's probably a bit of fatigue added into this as well.
Again, pressure from Brazil in the front row. Look at that, they've managed to win the scrum as well. Went forward, and the chance comes to nothing now. Queuing up on the left outside here. Barbara Pla switches off the right foot, tries the handoff. Araujo says, not today, and makes the hit. Back on her feet, in over. Look at that, brilliant ruck ball, and wins the penalty. Brilliant stuff by the Brazilian number 7. Knock on, just as I say. I mean, that is just criminal.
Lopez. So have a look at this here. Great work. Sealing off by Araujo, but then the quick tap, error comes in. That's concentration, that's tiredness, and that's also because she was so keen to get that ball and move it out.
Hooter's gone, so this will be the last act of the game, and I'm sure Spain just want to kick it out, or maybe points difference, depending on how other results go, but they can't seem to win their own scrum at the moment. Fresneda puts in a monster hit. Still there for Spain. One last throw to dice. Medin gets the pass away. As far as Casado. Advantage being played for a high tackle. Flat passive at best there to Urbina. Penalty Spain.
Yeah, Brazil's been penalised a lot in this game as well. So their ill discipline has let the Spanish back in, whether it was the sin bin or the penalties.
And off Spain go, Echevarria. Little dummy switch with Barba Pla. Still there for Spain, Casado gets the pass away. Garcia breaks the last tackle, rounds the post, and off she goes to touchdown for a superb individual try, and that is the icing on the cake.
Yeah, she shaped up a massive dummy. It was taken by the defence. Here's a look here, dummy, wrong-footed Malbauer, and then a lovely little step just to beat the last defender. So the Spanish finish with a flourish.
The Spanish train, Patricia Garcia, seals it off. Final score, Spain 21, Brazil 5.